Can you all hear her say that? Recording in progress. Okay, let's do something new tonight. In the first 10 minutes, I'll watch the clock. I want to open the floor and hear some wins, whether it's your cute sample cards that I just saw Heather show, anything that's happened in the last 7 days, maybe how you closed out the month, or helping a new customer, or a post that went great, or a fantastic conversation you're having. I just think there's such power in sharing those things and like edifying and connecting and encouraging one another. Heather is killing it. Yes, those trackers, right? Seriously, I was like, what? You did this? So who has a win? If you have a win, you can throw it in the comments, or you can unmute. Since we only have a 10-minute window, I would say keep your testimony or your update or your praise in like 1 minute, and that'll give everyone time to unmute and share some wins. What did I miss here? Melissa, you got your first retail customer. Yay! What did they order? He, she, what did they order?
They got Hydrate. They wanted some Hydrate.
All right. Good. Who loves Hydrate?
It's awesome.
I never knew I could add another drink to my regimen, but it's in my regimen for good. I love it. On ice. I found that I love it on ice the most. Hydrate and Slim is good. Which Slim? Ah, I'm nervous to try that. Mixing foods, mixing drinks, but I got one over on Slim and Active, so I'll try it. Oh, good. Okay, who else has a win? You guys can unmute too, but this is cute watching all your comments come in. Hydrate and Pineapple Active. Okay, it just did not cross my mind to mix it ever. You guys are really blowing me away. And Morgan hit silver. Woo woo, go girl. That's so awesome. We got 7 more minutes.
Okay, so we're working on something here as a win.
What?
Sunny is helping me try with our TV and our Fire Stick, get the Zoom to be able to go on my television so that I don't have to watch it on the smaller screen.
Yeah.
So I have my personal geek squad working on it with me. We're not there yet with this. We watched Convention on the big screen, but
That's awesome.
so but I also shared at the Y today with a lady in water aerobics who is going to try a sample. And then I gave a sample Hydrate to the aquatics director. And she wants to talk to her boss about ordering canisters for the lifeguards to use.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Great job. That's awesome.
Face-to-face is working better for me. You know, talking to people.
It's effective. You're good at it. And you're genuine, and you're so natural in getting to know people in person. I love that. Y'all want to hear a crazy win from today? I saw the rough draft of our Diamond Dock. I had just picked up Addie from a friend's house, and I saw that that message had come through, and we legit pulled off the side of the road to see it because my heart started racing. I was like, oh my goodness, this is happening.
552.
The best.
I know.
It's wild. I'll keep y'all posted as soon as it's updated, because our last name was spelled wrong about 15 times in the Diamond Dock, and Malachi's name, and he didn't have any clips from our team. I was like, where's our team? Our team's missing. So he's still working on it. Wait. You can't unmute? Here. Technical difficulties. What in the world? Did that work?
I'm good.
Is anyone else having trouble unmuting?
Works
All
for
right.
me.
Okay. Oh, Leanna, you want to share your brilliant idea of how to use product of the month in your follow-up and in your business? You totally just got called on.
Yeah, sure. So I'm literally
Wait,
driving
are
down.
you on two? Wait, I was watching you next to Denny.
Ugh, I was like, no, take me off
Oh my
of here.
goodness.
Stop.
Hi. Okay, share. It's so good.
We don't need 2 videos of this disaster. I went to the pool today with the kids, so just whatever. Anyway, so I was thinking with product of the month, and Krista had mentioned in Momentum Makers, if you're not on Momentum Makers page and you want to run this business, get on there. We'll get you on there. But anyway, so I thought a fun like giveaway and incentive that we all could do personally with our own teams that we are building is to have an incentive for those who add the product of the month to their subscription and do a giveaway associated with that. So all the people that add the product of the month, and you could do it every month, you could pick whatever works for you financially, whether it's like this month, try collagen. Collagen is an incredible product. I think it's one of those like secretive things. I think a kid is outside and shouldn't be. So yeah, that's the 3-year-old. Okay, Denny's gonna go rescue him. I don't even know why he's outside. Anyway, collagen is an incredible product and so good for so many people that there's a lot of people who may not try it, right? So what you can do is for everyone who adds the product of the month to their subscription, do a giveaway, whether it's something small based on your budget, or you can do something as big as if you add it, you can be in the running for getting it paid for free. Like you send them the money for the product when they add it to their subscription. So that's just a fun incentive to draw more people in to try new products, try new things, and also bless people for trying something new. So I just thought of it today and voxed Krista and I was like, oh, I had this idea. We should share it with other people. So that was it. I've never done it before, but I think it could be really fun for people to take those screenshots and you run that, whether it's on a message thread that you have, that could be very easy, or if you have your own team page doing that as well. So that's it.
That's perfect. I think product of the month and 100 PV Club are two of the easiest ways to wrap back around to your wholesale ambassadors every month. Because you might feel like, oh, I don't know what to say. Just ask you again, like, how you feeling this month? You know, like you might feel like you're out of things to check in on them with or their water intake, but just letting them know, hey, heads up real quick, you got to know about this. And for them to be entered in a giveaway, so easy peasy, quick connection. It's exciting. It's awesome. And then the 100 PV Club giveaways, that's an easy way to connect. Or it's just even someone that already has a subscription set up. They're just a consistent customer to you, letting them know like, hey, thank you again for your support, for your consistent orders. And I already tagged you in the post. You're already entered to win this, whatever it is in the 100 PV Club. You know, it's just an easy connection point. Well, that was awesome, you guys. I love seeing all your faces. I'm going to pass this on to Morgan for a bit, and then I'll come back around in a hot second.
All right. Yes. Hey, guys. Okay. I just want to put a disclaimer that I am kind of all over the place. We just got back from vacation, and I was supposed to be leaving tomorrow, but because Hurricane Elsa is sweeping through, I won't be leaving. But I am so excited to talk to you guys about success sprints. And I got on a training call today with Christina Williams. So I kind of want to regurgitate some of the quotes that she was saying, things I learned from her. And if you guys are not getting the text from Plexus, you really need to be on their text thing because they have more than you can handle trainings all of the time. So whatever you're looking for, I can almost guarantee you that Plexus Corporate is offering it for you and your team. So at 12 Eastern today, there was like, why Plexus, why now? And an amazing success sprints training. Both of those things were super key, and I had some of my team on both. So make sure you text train me to Plexus, and you will get text reminders and the links, and register whether you can or you can't, because if you register, you get the link recording. So I try to pop in my team chat, like when I see a recording, or if I really like one, I try to find that recording. But we are so blessed by the training that are already being put out for us. And so anyways, success sprints, the biggest thing that Christina started off with is success sprints was set up. It was built for them to reward us for things that we should already be doing. And actually, when she said that, I was like, that's true, because I think that I could say, and I'm pretty sure Krista could say this too, I actually haven't paid attention to what we get credits for or strategized on how to earn things. After Christina's training today, I'm 100% like all about strategizing and going to plan it out. But it has to be true, because Krista and I are both in the top 50 credit earners, and all credit goes to consistency, building our business the way that we thought that it always should be done. And now Plexus is rewarding us for that. So what are some of the things she said that we should be doing? Because I think she's like in the top 10 earners. She's killing it. And I love to learn from her. She's like a get her done kind of a girl. And that's who I learn from. So find leaders that fuel you. So some of you guys might need not the red personality that's going to tell you what to do. You guys are going to be attracted to certain personalities. So I encourage you to get on YouTube, find people that encourage you, that push you, and you don't just listen to, but you go into action after you listen to them. There are amazing resources there on YouTube. So you as a leader need to look at what is your goal and how can you get there. And if you have people underneath you, cast vision for your team, because you can't expect them to get into action if they don't have vision there already. So cast the vision of what is possible and then help them make a goal. And then you need to support their goal. Okay. So you are looking at these success sprints, and maybe you don't have a team there yet. Perfect. Be your runner until somebody comes alongside you and wants to run with you. I love what she said about consistency, because we always say consistency is key. Consistency is key. And that is true. We saw an amazing diamond testimony today of Robin Sullivan, who has been in Plexus for 7 years. She was discouraged, like, are you doing the right thing? Is your company really going to go anywhere? And she got an amazing raise, and she's in the top of the company all the time because she stuck it out and she stayed consistency. So consistency will be intensity all day. So decide what you want to do consistently over and over and over again, and do that work every day. I love it. She said, like, plan a goal and then map out how you're going to do it. And if you want to go faster, if you want to have a bigger goal, then you're going to amp up the things that you're doing consistently, but you have to be doing work consistently. And then if you see your goals and you see you're falling short, she alludes to, do you want to change your goal, or do you want to change the work that you're doing? So decide, what are you willing to do for the 90-day pushes that these success sprints are in? And are you hitting those goals? If you aren't hitting those goals, then we're going to add in more work that we can do consistently, or we're going to adjust the goal. And maybe the level that you set is too high for where your lifestyle is now. But get realistic with yourself on what you can do. And this Zoom is going to be all about what are those things we can do. So don't worry, we're going to get there, and make sure that you can work that way for 90 days. I love this because this is so key. And I learned this the hard way being in Plexus for almost 5 years now. You are going to want to help people with their goals who are hungry for that change in their life. Not everybody you wish were hungry for the change and to reach those goals. So many times it's like, I feel like I wanted this opportunity more for that person than they wanted it for themselves. Don't feel like you have to be hungry for those people. Feed the hunger for those that are hungry. So your runners will make themselves known. If you don't have runners yet, be that runner until you have your own. You can't expect people to do things that you yourself aren't doing. Guys, my weakness is like giving the people how to, giving them the strategies and setting it up and having weekly meetings with my team. But I think my strength is just doing the things and inviting others alongside me to do the things too. I think you need both. I think you need both to come in, help your team set goals, plan it out, and lay it all out there. And so what I want to kind of break down is what Plexus is doing. You guys hopefully have heard that the most amazing incentive ever, like when I heard that they were doing 369, I was pumped up. I was so pumped because we have the ability to earn an extra $500 for the next 3 months. That is incredible, guys. Regardless of if you've been here for a long time or if you just started, you can earn an extra $500 on top of normal bonuses, on top of normal pay points. So if you add 3, you're going to get $100 within 24 hours of that third enrollment. If you add 6, you're going to get an extra $200 within 24 hours of that 6th enrollment. If you add 9, you're going to get another $200 within 24 hours of that enrollment. That means immediate cash. We're not having to wait a week for the building bonuses or for the next month for commissions. People are getting cash in their hand. So who do we want to promote this to? Everyone, but people who say they cannot afford the products. Okay, great. Well, do you think you can come up with $100? And then we will talk before you even sign up. Let's find you 3 people that you would like to do this with you, that will hold you accountable, that will do it with you, that trust you, and will try this thing out with you. Okay, you got your mom, your sister, your brother, your best friend, your husband. Let's get them joined. As soon as you join, and within 24 hours, you're going to get your $100 back. It evens itself out. So talk to people that way. So you are telling them you're going to have a referral link right away. Let's make that cash back right away. And it's even. Best business startup ever, right? If they've never reached silver before, but you've been in it for a while, if you add those 3, you're going to make $310. That's pretty awesome. 6 is 620. If you add the 9, it's 1,180. If you fast start, we're going to add $100 to each of those bonuses. Okay. So if somebody joins you today, adds 3 people on fast starts, they're going to make $410 in that first month. If they add 6, they can make $720. If they add 9 in those first 30 days, they're going to make $1,330. This income is crazy. And the sky's the limit. They can keep adding, right? And they can help those people add 3 too and duplicate. It's going to be huge. And duplication is going to be huge for your success sprints as well. So if you have not looked at success sprints, you need to go to your back office. And I printed it out, and you're probably not going to be able to see this, but I printed it out so I could read it, because I'm telling the truth when I tell you I have not broken this down. But what I have done is reached out to my team, showed them the potential, and helped them reach their goals. So that is what you need to be doing. So the first level is 700 credits, and why it's higher is because we get the 3, 6, 9 are technically our first levels. And then if you get to 700 credits, I hope that you can see this. Tell me if you can see this. So these are all the gifts that you can earn. pretty awesome, right? Or $200. But honestly, when Genevieve was like showing us the gifts, I was like, who would choose the cash? Like, you have so many awesome gifts that you can earn. Let's see, Kendra Scott, earrings, a necklace, and a bracelet set. Noise canceling headphones, which after driving in the car with my kids today, I might want those for the car rides. An espresso machine, a bundle. I don't even know how to say that, but a bakeware set. So if any of y'all get the bakeware, I would love a baked good. Personal spa and fitness experience. Yes, please. Or $200 cash. You see what I'm saying? Like, once they say $200 cash, I'm kind of like, I'll probably choose some of those other things. And honestly, Plexus, you might just need to choose for me because I don't know how I would choose one of those. The next level, can you guys see those? Okay, first of all, I need a new one of these, I think. And I think that's like the best gift ever. So when I saw that, I was like, done. But there's a lot of options, like the KitchenAid mixer or a gas smoker and barbecue set, a massage gun, Dyson Airwrap Complete, Marc Jacobs pan bag. It says editor bag, if you guys know what that is. I didn't even know who Marc Jacobs was, and I was like, whoa, that's a big deal. Okay, David Yurman bangle or earrings or bracelet. All I know is that's really expensive. Or $400 cash. So that's pretty awesome as well. Next level is 2,000 credits. Remember, you guys, you have 3 months to earn these. So break it up into 3 months. Level 3, a Samsung curved, I think it's a smart TV, pretty sure that's what that one is. I think I'm going to be fighting my husband on like what we should choose because we're going to have different opinions, but they got some man options in here just for you, Denny. All right, let's see. TV, where was I? Paddleboard, that's pretty cool. Pilates, reformer, another David Yurman set, an espresso machine, a 3-day, 2-night bed and breakfast getaway. Sign me up. Or $700 cash. Again, the cash is like lousy after all of those. 2,500. This is sweeping the contest, which I think every single person on this call can do. If you guys just went, oh, I couldn't do that, I don't believe you. You can do this. Break it up into 3 months and make it happen. I fully believe you can do this. How can you do it? I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. So you can earn a bike, smart bike. They have fancy words on here, so you're gonna have to look up these fancy words. Thank you so much. Luggage, a mirror workout system, which is like all the rave right now. I don't know how I feel about it, but it looks pretty awesome. Another espresso machine and a grinder, which I feel like has Chad Deary written all over it, his little coffee stuff. Or a 4-day, 3-night romantic escape. Yes, please. Or $1,400 cash. Okay, $1,400 cash. That does kind of sound exciting. Maybe. All right. All right. So the sky is the limit. And I still think like anyone could still get to New York or Paris at any point if they set their mind to it. And so the top 50 get to go to Paris and the top 20 get to go to New York City and Paris. That's amazing. So break this down. I am not going to take a ton of time to tell you all the different ways. Get with your upline or your closest working upline. Set a goal. That's the number one thing that you want to do is set a goal. And once you set that goal, break it down into 3 separate months, okay? And try to hit those things. And so maybe halfway through the month, check your points and see if you are there, okay? And then continue to adjust the goal. That's what I always do whenever there's a contest. I'll check the points and say, like I really need to boost this a little bit. And so in your back office, I printed this off, and actually I love that I printed all these things off because I know I wasn't gonna have time to like study them enough to say them to you, but I'm like, I'm gonna put these right behind my computer and look at them every day because I think having a visual is super important to keep you motivated and know what you are going for. But in your back office, find the Success Sprints tracker, click on the little eye, and you can find all of these things. You can find all of these pictures, you can find the how-tos, you can find what you're earning, and this specifically says how to earn the credits. And everybody can earn the credits differently. So if you don't have a big team, you might not be, over here looking at the team development, but you can look over here at personal development and do it yourself and then help others to do the same thing. And so if you know you're a heavy recruiter, you're going to stick here, right? And so how many new enrollments do you need? And do you need to help your team get? And how many credits are you going to get, or how many credits are you going to be able to receive in getting those enrollments? Okay, rank advancement, re-rank is on here, retention is on here, maintaining your rank, helping others do the exact same thing is what you're getting points for. So all of that is super doable. What are you going to do? I think you should try to add 3, 6, 9 people every single month. If you add 9 people every single month, you're at level 1, okay? Keep your subscription on. You're getting points for your subscription. So there's 0 point of not having your subscription on. If you're a business builder, you should have your subscription on and you should have products that you're getting regularly. I am a manual order. I understand that. But during contests like this, I totally keep my subscription on for that purpose. And I just put in there what I know we'll need. Kids vitamins, Slim, like you can never have enough of that stuff. ProBio 5, like I stick whatever I know that I'm going to need in there, and then I manually order whatever else I need. So keep your subscription on. You're getting rewarded for that. So like I said, you can print this out, make a plan, and continue to adjust your plan as you go. But what you're doing, you then want to teach your team to do, get excited about it, have accountability groups, have parties, celebrate little goals achieved and big goals achieved as well. Krista's going to go all over IPA, so I'm not going to go much into what I do, but I do want to celebrate something that is huge, and I think that has continued to mark my business is every single time I do something uncomfortable. Guys, I don't care what rank you get to, you still, like right before I got on here, I felt like I was going to puke, I was shaking, all the things. Like it never really gets totally easy and you're doing all the things. But last night I posted an Instagram story. It was totally outside of my comfort zone. And I'm good with like really short ones, all the whatever. I had something stirring in my heart. I posted it, and I don't like sharing about the business. I don't like any of that. I cannot tell you the amount of messages I have gotten from that Instagram story because I was faithful to do what was uncomfortable to me, what I felt like the Lord was telling me to do. And it allows other people to feel the freedom to do the same thing. So my Instagram story was simply about how I got into this business, how I feel like this business is an extension of ministry for me and what the business has meant for me. All very uncomfortable things for me to talk about, especially on social media, because I feel like people have the wrong idea, right? It was exactly what they needed to hear. So be faithful to continue to step out of your comfort zone and do those scary things. If you're somebody who does like lives every day, that's probably not very scary for you. But if you feel like your testimony can unlock something for somebody and going live is scary for you, that might be the exact thing that you need to add to your IPA every once in a while, or talking to a stranger in the marketplace because you just feel the nudge and you want to offer them the gift of Plexus. That might just be the very thing that unlocks something huge in your business, and you have to get that stuff out there. So I'm going to pass it to Krista to talk about all the daily things because it's probably pretty similar to what I do, but I can tell a huge difference. And when I treat Plexus like a hobby, I kind of have hobby results. But when I treat Plexus like a business, I'm starting to get business results. Even to this day, I have to be faithful to do the consistent things daily, and then they produce awesome results. So Krista, tell us how to do all the things.
Well, I'm so fired up. I'm like, let me go win some prizes and do something uncomfortable. But it is so true. At the end of last month, I realized, like in the last 2 hours, that we were short on a goal, and put myself out there, similar to Morgan, put myself out there, retold my testimony. I missed the goal, but I had 4 people reach out to me, people that I've known for 6+ years. So it was another reminder, even for me, that no, you're never tapping out your warm market. None of them have tried it before. One's a family member, so she's definitely known me longer than 6 years, but it was such a reminder to that. Well, I'm going to like divert a little bit with a quick story. I grew up in a family of walkers. Anyone grow up in a family that walked? We walked all the time. Chad thinks that's so weird, but we lived in California. We had good weather most of the time. And I think it was like my parents' way of staying active, and maybe we drove them crazy and they thought, let's just get out of the house and like wear them out. They'll go to bed faster. I don't know, but every night we had dinner at 5 o'clock, and then we'd kind of get situated, tie up our tennis shoes. We had to wear tennis shoes. And then we could decide what we were going to do on our walk. We could ride a bike. We could dribble a basketball. I loved basketball, so I could dribble a basketball and practice that through our whole walk, put on rollerblades, whatever it was. But you went like, unless you didn't finish your dinner and then you sat at the table while the family took a walk. That happened. But we did this like all the time. My parents still do. And there was nothing leisure about this. I mean, we got out there, we walked usually about 3+ miles. I thought this was normal. Everyone did it. And then we'd get home and get ready for bed. So when I married Chad and our 2 lives were colliding, I was like, let's go take a walk. Well, to him, taking a walk meant just throw on some random flip-flops, whatever shoes are closest to the door. We can hold hands and we'll talk and we'll take a walk. And he was like, why are you walking so fast? Where are we going? What's the race? I'm like, I don't know. I've just grown up in a family of like fast walkers. And to this day, if our family takes a walk, I'm like, come on, get your heart rate up. Let's go, let's go. And they're like, probably just wanting to walk to the park and have a grand old time. But I was thinking about that in regards to this business. It's easy for us to say, I work this business. Why am I not seeing the results? I'm working it, they're working it. But if I just took a leisure walk every day, am I going to get the same health results as a power walker who grabs their hand weights, gets their heart rate up and like hustles? I'm not, am I? Even if I said, well, I walk every day, they walk every day. How come they're in shape and I'm like not? Well, you're kind of like taking your time. And I think it's easy in this business that we can kind of be doing the things, but without the intentionality and the goals and like stepping up the heart rate a bit. And therefore we're not seeing the needle move like we want it to move. And there's a difference. And, now I'm in a season where I'm in a leisure walk. I'm in a totally different season now. But in the beginning, I was a power walker. I hustled, and there was about a 1-year sprint specific where it was head down, pedal to the metal, month after month, knowing that it would establish residual income for our family, that it would unlock so much for our family. And really that started around Senior Gold. In the beginning, I was a haphazard mess. I didn't even know what I had signed up for. It was just like, here we go. I guess we're doing a business now. Lord, I guess this is your will. What is happening to my life? I had barely had sanity. I still had a newborn and a special needs son. Chad worked a 9-to-5 and then some, all these kids everywhere. And I'd be like sending a message and then giving a spelling test and then changing a poopy diaper and feeding Judah. It was just complete chaos. We stalled out at Senior Gold. That was right when Judah's epilepsy started, like within days of each other. So we stalled out. And I hit kind of a defining season of really deciding, was I going to treat this like a business? Did God actually say to do it? Did he even want me to work, or was I supposed to just be a mom? Because that seemed way more appealing and comfortable. And can I talk about Plexus and be excited when my next post is asking for prayer for my son and sharing that I'm deeply hurting? Like, how do I do this? And so it was about 6 months of just kind of figuring it out. Even Chad and I figuring out our roles, because the businessman in him was like, I'll lead the team. I'll charge the mountain, babe. You just go back to doing that. I got this. I got it. And our team was probably like, dude, who are you? We didn't join you. Like we were just figuring it out, totally just figuring it out. There's grace for that. There is grace for those seasons those are always the seasons that produce such fruit. It's in that friction you grow fruit. I don't know why it has to be this way, but it just totally does happen that way. And y'all know the story of going to Leaders Retreat, meeting Jennifer Leith, kind of unlocking this pivot for us. We came back from that and decided this was it. This was it. It was going to be all or nothing. This is what we are going to focus on. And we set up a little desk in the garage in the Florida heat. It was ridiculous looking, but it was a table with a whiteboard and a folding chair. I had never been so excited in my life. I had never had anything of my own like this. It was my own space and it was quiet. I didn't even care that I was sweating. And I shared a picture yesterday, day before on Team Revive of that whiteboard. Okay. And when you guys saw it, it said Senior Ruby on there, but the first rank up was Ruby and then Senior Ruby and then Emerald. That board was my focus. And so I kind of just want to walk through what did it look like in my Power Walk season? Because if I told you to do what I do today, that's different. It shifts quite a bit in the jewel ranks because you kind of go into discipleship and mentorship and developing leaders. It's a different shift. You're still doing the same things, but it's different. But I really want to walk through what was that? What was my Power Hour wheel? It's going to look different for each of you. I truly do believe in leaning into what your Power Hour should be. There's Power Hour sheets all over the place, IPA sheets, DMO sheets. Like there's all kinds of stuff out there. I've tried most of them. I did best when I figured out what is mine. Like what works for me. And for me, it was that little wheel because it gave me some bullet points and it kept me on track. So I wasn't getting lost scrolling Facebook, but it gave me room too, to kind of cater it to the needs of that day. I'm a feeler, I kind of love going off like all the feels. And so it gave enough space and grace that I could be a feeler on that and lean into even what the Holy Spirit was saying within those categories on the wheel. So let's discuss Krista Deary's Senior Gold to Emerald Power Hour time, because it was truly about 1 to 2 hours of very intentional work. And I do 100% believe if you're intentional, you can set a time block and sit down. And if you can keep yourself on track, you will get the job done. Okay. So at the top, I had my goal. You guys saw on that picture, it said Senior Ruby. It is so important to have a clear, precise goal. If someone comes to me with a goal of, I just want to help people, I already know like they'll probably help some people, but we're really not going to be shouting out rank ups in a rapid momentum season. It's a different look. And that's literally what some people want. For some people, that's all you desire in this is just to enjoy the ride. But there's those of you that are like, oh no, I need this to work for my family, right? So set a goal and make it clear. So I had it on my whiteboard. I also had it on my bathroom mirror. Sometimes I had it in my journal next to my bed. I put it, yes, Heather, look at you. I put it everywhere, the refrigerator. I mean, it was everywhere to keep it before me. That's very important. You should have a rank up goal. If it's not a season to be ranking up this month, you should have a point increase goal, some sort of clear-cut goal. So you're not floating, okay? I always love having a PV goal, 500 PV, 1000 PV, whatever you want to set it, but set something as a goal. Number of customers, number of ambassadors. What you couldn't see on that picture is on the left, I would have those goals and I'd have lines drawn out for me to fill in the names that kept it before me. I would do sticky notes on my bathroom mirror of exactly how many people I wanted to help that month, okay? Keeping it before me moved the needle. And often I'd compete with Chad. So on his side of the bathroom, he'd have the same thing and we'd see who could fill it in faster. So if your spouse is working this, have a competition with a prize. It's super fun. And then I'd have a contest goal. And so you could kind of see in that picture a little bit of a piece of paper. That was the details of that current contest. But I always had a contest goal and I kept track of it. Even now, you can't see, but I have a calendar that I always use for tracking my points. I track my contest credits as well. Tracking it just keeps me focused on moving the needle. It just does. I think it's just something that's so important. What else? Okay, attach a prize to your goal. Chad and I learned years ago about delayed gratification. So that Senior Ruby goal that you saw on that whiteboard, for me, it meant I could put blonde highlights in my hair. And I was not going to do it until I hit senior Ruby. Just like we weren't going to get another car until I went Emerald. Did it mean that that van we had was not safe and ridiculously horrible? Yes, it did. But was it very motivating? Oh, you betcha. And so I believe in the power of delayed motivation, delayed gratification, whatever it's called. If you have something that you're going after, or a financial goal or whatever, delay the prize till you reach that goal. Maybe you are on a mission to pay off debt. Have a prize that's for after you accomplish that. It is so motivating. So attach something to your rank up goal, attach something even to your enrollments goal. I throw it out to Chad all the time. If there's something I want to get, it could be as silly as like a sweatshirt like this. I'll be like, babe, set a goal for me. What should I do? Add 3, add 6, whatever it is, because I love attaching a goal to a prize. Okay. And rewarding myself for what I'm doing rather than just like, oh, I think I want that today. I don't know. It's more motivating that way. So I highly recommend it. Get your family involved if you have kids, and set a family reward as well. And it doesn't have to break the bank. Some of our first rewards were simply going to Chick-fil-A and letting the kids order whatever they wanted. And it still makes me emotional remembering the moment that we could do that. So just include your children. It's way more exciting and it holds you accountable. And also don't be afraid of setting a goal with your kids that you might miss. It is very healthy for your kids to see that it's okay to not hit a goal. You reset it and you keep going. It's so healthy for them. Do they get it right all the time? Do they win every game in soccer or basketball? They need to see us walk through the process as well. And the celebration is so sweet. So then beyond that, what I do next is I draw out my current team, and I had Mackie go grab my whiteboard for me. These are actually shower board from like Home Depot, and they cut it up for us. And then we stuck duct tape on it. Y'all, you don't have to be fancy to do this, but I love having a whiteboard where I can draw my team out, because in doing that, in drawing all the circles, and if you don't know how to do it, send me a message, we'll do it together. In doing that, I can see the gaps and begin to form strategy of how to accomplish the goal. In doing that, I'll realize, oh my goodness, Susie Q is a senior silver. She needs one more person and she's a silver. Oh my goodness, Jackie is 2 people away from senior silver. I know I need to contact her today, right? Like I'm seeing where those gaps are so I can work strategy like intentionally down the lines of my team. Who needs to have an event? Who is local and ready to do a sip and see, right? Like getting strategic, and that strategy comes after I set the goal. I've never had strategy come before a goal was set. I had it come afterwards when I started getting into the trenches, looking at my team. I also have a running list of potentials. Now I'm trying to be more high tech and just keep it on my phone. Usually it was notepads that were like everywhere, but have a running list of your potentials. And in that season too, I also kept a notebook. And in that notebook, I would usually draw out each team, each leg of my team on a separate piece of paper. And each time a new ambassador joined, I would draw it in the right space. And it just helped me keep a good, healthy pulse of where things were at, what was moving and grooving, what might need a little bit more encouragement. Okay. I think that was it for those points. Okay, so then the next point was the daily activity, and that was the bulk of the picture that I did share with you guys. That little wheel, it doesn't have to be a wheel. It's so silly. I had to like dig through the archives to find that picture, trying to find it from years ago. But the first one was pray. So when I would get away, I had been homeschooling all day. We set my power hours at that season to be 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Chad tried to finish his work early. He'd take over the house. That was brand new to him then. Now he's like better at it than I am. But back then it meant we ate a lot of eggs for dinner. Like it was disgusting. And like, oh, just the weirdest dinners. But he took over for a season making dinner. And I sacrificed making dinner because we had a goal to go Emerald within a year. And we did after that point. So 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I would take off the homeschool mama hat, switch gears, go in the garage. And I knew I had to start with some prayer because I was usually feeling like a hot mess. But just starting with a place of surrender, trusting that the Lord was going to guide my steps and then go from there. The second little spoke on my wheel was to make sure I was posting on social media. At that time, Facebook algorithms had us post 3 times a day. I wouldn't tell you to do that today. But back then we did 2 personal posts a day and 1 Plexus post a day. And I only missed that if it was a weekend. I was very diehard consistent on that. What I would tell you now is probably 2 or 3 out of every 10 posts should be something about Plexus. You probably don't even have to mention Plexus. But if you have a post that's getting good traction and good comments, I wouldn't post again quite yet. But there might be days that you do post more than once. You can kind of feel it out based on your audience, but simply posting consistently is so important. I feel like a post on Instagram or Facebook is simply turning on your open sign to your store. And then I feel like your Insta stories are letting people in. You're like, come on inside. And they get to see all that is inside your beautiful storefront and who you are and what you're about and what your personality is like. And the fact that your house isn't always clean all the time. Like they just truly get to know you and are powerful, just like Morgan experienced in her, like going out of her comfort zone and sharing there. She's had people connect and reach out. The next one I had was edify. And you might say, like, what did that mean to you, Krista? Edify. It meant for me to go build people up, to go connect with people. And so there's 2 main things I did when I got to that wheel, especially fresh after making a post. And these days, especially, this is going to help your algorithms. Make a post, but then stay on Facebook, or make a post on Instagram and stay on for a while and go engage with people. So I'd make a post, but I would also spend time edifying people. I had an Edify Facebook friends list. So I'd click over to that, and that was everybody on Facebook who had never joined me. And I just spent time intentionally connecting with those people. A genuine comment on their post, whatever it was, a happy birthday, look up whose birthday it was and do happy birthday posts or messages. I spent time building people up. For me, that fits my personality to do it that way. I felt more genuine to just go about building relationships with people. I think it's the funnest thing in the whole wide world. So then the next spoke on that wheel was to make a team post. So kind of feeling out like, what was our team needing? Do we need a Diamond Doc to help build belief? Maybe throw out a $5 Target gift card. I gave out so many $5 gift cards back then to watch a Diamond documentary, or talk about going silver, whatever it was, just kind of getting a pulse of what does our team need right now and get it out to the team on a team post. And then spending time doing 3 to 5 reach outs. My reach outs usually did not mention Plexus. They were usually just connection, further relationship building, but at times they fully brought up Plexus. And my main advice to you on that is I don't recommend a cold message that is a script. I can think of only 2 times in all the years that I've had Facebook that someone from a network marketing company reached out to me and I liked their message. And those were the only 2 times that someone reached out to me that it was very clear it was not a copy and paste. And it sounded like them. One was Heather, my sponsor. You may have seen I shared her first message to me. We had been Facebook friends for 2 years. She didn't tell me once about Plexus in that time. But when she saw about my PTSD, she sent the most genuine message. Who saw that? I did share it, I think, on my wall, not on the team page. It took a lot of scrolling, but I found that message, and I think it just speaks volumes to who she is. The other time that I got one, it was just a genuine message from someone who sold skincare, and it was right before Plexus. And she was just so genuine about how scared she was to reach out. She's like, I'm guessing you don't even want to do this because you've got a lot of kids. But if I could think of anyone that I'd want to do this with, it would be you. So what'd you think about it? You know, it was just like so simple. And it threw out a compliment. And I was sincerely grateful for her message. I wasn't turned off. So the more we can be genuine in those reach outs, the better, because you're not just representing you and your family name. If you're a believer, you're representing the kingdom, you're representing Plexus. And I just so desire that people say, whoa, that company is different. When they reach out, it's different. They actually care about you. Amen. And so if you're uncomfortable, you might feel like just using somebody else's words. Even on your post, you might feel like using someone else's post, but lean into who you are. Your audience knows better, and they will so respond to hearing you and your heart. You can truly trust yourself in that process. I'd rather get a nervous voice message from someone that's genuine than a well-scripted, typed out message that's copy and pasted. Okay. The next one I had was train. To me, that simply meant looking for who might need some training on their business. Maybe I'm seeing that their PV is growing really fast, but they're never adding ambassadors. They might need some compensation plan training to realize, okay, like that's awesome volume, but it's not going to get us to silver, right? Or maybe I see someone who's adding a lot of level ones, but it never goes past that. I might need to reach down in there and do some training and development as to how to develop silvers and how to duplicate what they're doing, right? The last one was encourage. I'd be looking for and just asking the Holy Spirit to help me. Who is someone I can reach out to say, I see you, I'm proud of you, how can I be praying for you? And they just simply needed encouragement. And that was my daily wheel. So I would like let my adrenaline kick in. I'd set the timer on that and I'd get to work and get it done so I could go back to being a mom. And it really is true that if you have it written down somewhere or in a notebook or on a whiteboard, whatever it is for you, you can get this done very quickly. Okay. So then in your other time, I don't recommend having your phone on you all day long, but there's going to be some nooks and cranny times that you can kind of check back in and see if you got a message again, you know? And then beyond that, in your nooks and cranny time, that's going to be your time to listen to an audiobook, to listen to a training. I probably missed 5 days or less, especially in my road to Emerald, of listening to a training. I think there was even one Christmas I heard a training. I mean, like, I was like so hardcore. Some of that came from previous experience where we were trained to read a book a month, listen to a training a day. But I tell you what, I can't recommend that enough. For many of us, we joined not having entrepreneur experience, right? I never had to set work hours and think like a business owner, like Chad did, not me, you know? And so you have to learn the industry. You've got to be a student of this, right? If you were going to go work a job, many people are going to go to school for 4 years to prepare for that. Or maybe it's a 1-year program, right? You're not going to just like jump into some random job without training. So finding books like Your First Year in Network Marketing or Rock Your Network Marketing Business, like there's so many out there that just simply teach you the industry and the longevity of it and how to think like an entrepreneur, but also find your pain points and then find a book or an audio for that. If you find that leadership skills is what you want to work on, grab trainings on that. If it's people skills that you want to work on, you're realizing like, whoa, I do all the talking when I get into a conversation and I have no clue how to ask questions. Grab a people skill book, grab how to win friends and influence people, grab skill with people. Find those things and lean into it. A training a day, it's got to keep something away. I don't know, but it just works. A training a day, a book a month, become a student and become better, right? It's the best part of this journey is who we become in this and who our kids are becoming. I get a kick out of the fact that I'll have like a training going while I'm cooking dinner with the kids. I'm like, they're learning so much right now. Like, it's just so good. And often it gets even some conversations going about all kinds of things. So I highly recommend that. But that's kind of a nooks and cranny thing while you're in the car, while you're putting your makeup on, while you're cooking, folding laundry. At least those are my usual go-tos that I can stick a training on or worship on and be praying, right? Or both. Let me see if I wrote down anything else. I think we kind of got through it. So hopefully that helps, maybe kind of, sort of. I tell you what, you are the owner of your own business and you can take this wherever you want it to. It won't be dependent on your upline or your downline. You'll be tempted at times to blame either of them. It will never, ever, ever be dependent on that. You are the one that's solely in charge of this. Just like if I said, hey, let's take a walk, I can't make your legs walk any faster than what you choose to make them walk. That's completely up to you. But there's no time like the present to go ahead and set your things in motion. My heart for you is I know that so many of you have goals and dreams. So my heart coming into this was just helping you see, like, are you taking a leisure stroll expecting power walking results? Or are you ready to tie up your actual tennis shoes and get into a power walk mode so that 1 year from now, you too have completely shifted the trajectory of your life? There is nothing that shifted our family more than that Emerald rank. I tell you what, and we are paid today on the work that I did. Was it 1 year that was a bit intense? It was. Was it worth it? 100%. Was the family all in? Yes. Did we still make memories and have family time? Yes, yes. But was it more than I was used to? Completely. But because of this isn't a 9 to 5 that you clock in. You do the work and you'll continue to be paid residually for years to come, willable to your children. And you just can't find this anywhere else besides this industry. All right, it's 8:54. Let's pray. I'm missing my hubby. He is not here. Otherwise, I'd be passing it on to my main squeeze. But let's pray and close out the evening. And then if you have any questions on any of this or need help on mapping things out, looking at your goals, please reach out, Morgan, myself, any of your uplines, and we'd love to help. Father God, I just thank you for everyone here and the teams that are represented and the children and families represented here tonight. And I thank you for the way that you've brought us together for this time. It blows me away the way that you've moved and the quality of people that you've stirred and brought to this team. And I know that each one here has dreams inside them, and there's a stirring inside them that keeps them coming for more, that says, God has something here for me, Lord, but I just pray you continue to make that clear and that you continue to give divine ideas and strategies for how to fit this into their lifestyle, to their family, that husbands and wives that even come together and make strategies and game plans as to what can shift and what can pivot to make this work and to see those dreams and those goals for their families come to pass. I thank you, Lord, that you are working behind the scenes, that our job is simply to be obedient and to know that the timing is in your hands. But as we do the things that you are at work, you're truly stirring hearts right now, even tonight, who are thinking about Plexus. They're talking to their husband about whether there's money in the bank account even now. And so we just choose to lean into that curiosity and wonder and gratefulness as we go about our work each day, throwing off negativity and choosing to say, like, Lord, I just know that you've got this and that I can trust you. Your leadership is so perfect. You're so good at leading me. You're so good at leading my team. And just know that he is so at work. So we choose curiosity, Lord. We choose wonder. We choose to go after this like a little kid with such dependency on you, knowing you're the provider. This isn't in our hands. You are ultimately the provider. But the way that you're using this is beautiful. And we thank you for that. Amen. Well, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll plan on seeing y'all very, very soon. Sleep tight. See y'all soon.